All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this coL presentation. I'm your casting host, Beef. With me, once again, from Team Lions Esports Club, we do have Superkge, and we're bringing you the Runic Shift Invitational Round of 8, where Complexity Gaming finds themselves down 0-1 to QsQ 357. And KGE, what went wrong there for Complexity Gaming?
Mainly it was they lost their early laning stage, which they should not with that kind of lineup, because they need to get mainly big items early on, start pushing, and then just keep the lead up, which they failed with though. They couldn't make it.
Did not work out indeed. As well, taking a look at this one, maybe we'll see Complexity returning to something they're more comfortable with, as we already do see the bans coming out. Artillery being banned by both teams. Moon Queen and Parasite also going to be removed. Keeper of the Forest remains available, and though he did take nerfs to that Nature's Veil, gaining a fade time and also losing 2 armor on the skill, looks like he will make it into the lock pool, along with fellow strong junglers like Ophelia, who got nerfed herself, and Tempest.
Yeah, I think Keeper is still viable. It's his laning presence like Suicide is not that good anymore though, because that minus armor is pretty big. Also the region was lowered, I think, if I'm not correct. Other than that, the lockput is pretty cool, I
Yeah,
guess.
very
Flint
interesting indeed.
Arachna.
The Flint Beastwood, who received like 5 buffs in this patch, something like that. Of course, the range increased on the money shot, the break range on the money shot increased, the explosive flare, I believe that got some damage increase. The hollow point shells got some damage increase, and the hollow point shells proc chance actually did it get increased all the way to 40. So a la Dota 2, straight 40% chance on that. A lot of well-needed buffs for Flint Beastwood, and teams have been really excited to try to run him.
Yeah, that's the main thing about this patch. I think they're buffing the carry meta game, so I really hope to see a lot more carries lately. I'm Madman. I hope someone is picking him up soon.
Saw
I
him
love to
last
see.
night in the playing with the pros tournament. We did see XSK Riser 420X playing Madman, and that new gash. It's pretty cool, man. It does a lot of damage. Now, were you playing in the playing with the pros EU version yesterday?
Yeah, I got to the finals
You
and we
did.
lost. Yep, we lost versus Let's QsQ's team. We won we lost first game, won second, then lost third, and he
Wow,
had Madman. So
Madman indeed. Do you have a lot of fun with that one? Your team have a good time?
yeah, yeah, it was really nice. I really loved my team. They were so happy. No one really they were not shy. They talked all the time and just had fun. It was really nice.
That's
I
very
think I'm going
cool.
to do it again.
Yeah, I've heard that they're going to be doing another playing with the pros tournament. So, guys, if you want an opportunity to play with some of your favorite pros like Superkge, make sure to check that out on the forums. And of course, a huge shout out to S2 Games, Clan Milk, and Hanpedia for making that tournament happen. But taking a look at the tournament we're in right now, really quickly at the bans, a lot of those initiators being removed again. Rowley, Deadwood, Pebbles being removed, but also the Wild Soul Demented Shaman, MOA. And holy crap, Emil, look at all these heroes.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. I remember QsQ likes running a curse, and then at the same time they have Soul Reaper. So, and they're going to pick Arachne Flint for sure because they love to run a hard carry with that. So I really hope to see Flint Beachwood.
Could be fun indeed. Accursed being played by Nova. He really does love playing that hero. People may remember that Nova and Tralfmador actually have a little bit of history when Nova is playing Accursed. In the TT Esports versus QsQ Winners Bracket Finals of the Han Tour playoffs, Nova scoring a couple of kills against the jungling Legionnaire while playing that Accursed. So Nova gonna play that one again. Now Tralfmador playing with a different team. Don't know. Maybe we'll see Legionnaire again.
Yeah, that game was really fun to watch. I think he was pretty mad, Shatmunder.
It was the last game that he did play with TT Esports, I think.
I, yeah, I think so. I think so. I'm not too
Pretty,
sure.
pretty fun indeed. But the way that we're looking at it right now, okay. That's a Soul Stealer.
Yep, it's new heroes coming up. Love it.
Now, did he get any changes? It doesn't look like he did.
I don't think he did.
So, oh, oh, the Wombo combo. Oh, God, Superkge, the Wombo combo right now on the Hellborn team is... This
They
could be the
have
biggest Wombo combo I've ever seen.
That's massive AoE. They just needed a Flux instead of Soul Stealer, and then they have everything.
Okay. Well, it's safe to say that if they get all 5 of those spells off, every single player that's caught in them will die.
Yep, pretty
Every
much.
single one. Magnus, Engineer, Soul Stealer, Tempest, Keeper of the Forest ults. That's absolutely insane. Not even talking about all the other spells like the Lava Surge, the Keg, the Turret, the Spider Mines, the Demon Hands, all the other damaging spells inside of that. It could get absolutely insane. But what does the Legion team have to deal with that Wombo combo?
They have the only hero who can survive it, which is Accursed.
It's true.
That's
That's true.
that's their counter pick.
Soul Reaper as well. I mean, if Soul Reaper gets caught in that and somehow survives, he's going to be able to get a turnaround, maybe with something like an Astrolabe and the heal, and as well, Ophelia going to be able to get the turnaround with her heal. So, I mean, you
Yeah,
throw a Barrier Idol in there with an Astrolabe plus the double heal combination plus a Cursed, so triple heal, maybe the anti-Wombo combo team.
yeah, it's pretty good. And also, even though if the Tempest gets a Shrunken, they have either Skeleton Kings or Flint Beastwood who can proc the Shrunken.
This is going to be pretty dang insane. Right now, though, the Legion team going to be hanging out in their own jungle, making sure that no wards are going to go down. Want to make sure that Ophelia is able to get all the farm that she's going to need. And looks like the Hellborn doing the same for their lane. And it looks like they do drop a relatively defensive ward here from Peter Pan Dam. Want to make sure that Magnus and Tempest are going to be able to get very strong farm in the jungle and top lane, respectively.
Yeah, I think they should just focus on farming that Magnus PK and let Soul Stealer recover late game. So I think that's what they're going to do as well. So I like it.
It's gonna be fun. Now Flint Beastwood will be farming that middle lane, playing the Tommy Two Guns, and it's a pretty cool avatar. I like it.
Yeah, and we got it while in Vegas. So I
Yeah,
think,
you got it. All the players got a
yeah,
swag bag. What do the casters get? Nothing. I want a swag bag. I want some
swag bag for
coins.
the win.
Ah, I did steal Emperor's watch though. I got a blacksmith watch.
Oh, nice.
Rolled the dice on the casino floor. Didn't work out so well. But right now, up in the top lane, Bubble's taking a lot of pressure at the hands of Engineer. And Flint Beastwood plus a Cursed. Doing a lot of damage here in the middle lane against the Soul Stealer.
Yeah, he procced I think 3 times in a row. So that was like all the damage mainly. So much.
Hollow
Bonus
point
15.
shells, man. It's insane. Tralfamador solo mid Soul Stealer. I feel like this is 2010.
Yeah, it's been ages ago since we saw Soul Stealer mid.
If he was tagged up with SK Gaming, I could actually believe this was 2010. But very cool to see that hero mid once more. And should be able to do okay against this Flint Beastwood and the Cursed. As long as he doesn't take too much pressure at the hands of Flint Beastwood, he's going to be able to get some levels. And then he's going to be able to always clear out this wave, make sure this tower does not get pushed. And will be able to retreat into the jungle as well if he needs to. Maybe Tempest getting half of the jungle and Soul Reaper getting the other half so that he can catch up on farm.
Yeah. Also, I just noticed like Soul Reaper is pretty much raping bottom right now, but I don't think he'll manage to kill him early on until level 6, I guess.
Now, speaking of Soul Reaper, he did receive some pretty major changes with this last patch. You can see in Human Nature, there's a little number on it now. It's, of course, the number of charges that he has saved up. So, gotta watch that one. He can actually use that to replenish his own mana or an ally's mana. So, sitting on 6 charges of a level 1 in Human Nature right now. He does, of course, have... math is hard. 72 mana that he can restore to himself. But as soon as he levels that up, going to be doubling that each time. So, it's a very nice spell. I really do like the way that they've made this spell work.
Why would they buff him? I don't know.
He was already pretty strong, right, Lions?
Yeah, he's. I didn't even know they changed him. It's
Seriously?
a really big. No, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's a huge buff. He can, like, when he's max mana, or when he's max charges with max Inhuman Nature, he can just give himself or an ally 480 mana.
That's really big.
It's big indeed, as Keeper of the Forest may be in some trouble here. There's the dust going off. The Catman Champion gonna get the slow, and there's the auto attack damage. Sorper might need to go the other direction. They're about to play Ring Around the Rosie. Keeper of the Forest gonna walk by a Ward of Revelation as well. The dust going to be expiring right now. The Ward expired. Oh, a big Catman Champion stomp as he was invis, and Moonmeander goes down. Extremely well played by the Q squad in that bottom lane.
Yeah, they played that perfectly. Even though I was expecting him to survive, but the Catman champion did the work. So it's really nice play from QsQ.
Well done indeed. So, giving up that Bloodlust there. How are they looking in the other lanes? 9 and 7 mid for Soulstealer, gaining that additional auto attack damage with the Soulsteel. Top lane, though, Bubbles in some serious trouble here. Magnus wants the Lava Surge, but Bubbles will be able to Shell Surf out of there. He's now going to be trapped in those woods effectively, as Engineer should be able to start zoning him out. But he has another Shell Surf in 3 seconds, so kind of an interesting spot for him to be in.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is a pretty bad space he's at, but he will survive, I guess. He's just going to shell surf away.
And there's the Shell Surf, so he is going to get out of there, no problem. Middle lane, there's a problem for Soulstealer, though. Invisible Ophelia coming in. There's the Minotaur stomping. Down goes Soulstealer. This is the problem with SS and why we talk about him not being picked up too much. Bubble's going to go down to the top lane, though, as Magnus Engie, the feared combo, bring down the turtle. But, I mean, why is Soulstealer just not a popular hero in the metagame recently? And I don't know.
It's mainly because he can't survive. He has no escape, nothing. All he does is burst damage.
Yeah, so when he gets dove like that, no stuns, no slows to really try to save himself. Just kind of dies. He
Yeah, and
tries to
also-
counter kill, but just kind of dies.
And also I was thinking of, as soon as you dive someone now, it's 4-second TP instead of 3, which is pretty big.
True.
So it will be harder to save him.
Complexity Gaming, they're really going to be relying on that Wombo combo in the mid-game stage, talking about getting portal keys on 4, maybe 5 of their heroes, and then from there, going to be trying to set it up as Flint Beastwood in some trouble right here. Long-range Demon Hand will connect. A curse shows up, though. That's a nice keg, but there's already a fire shield applied. It's kind of a stealthy fire shield. I didn't even realize that it was on there, as Soulstealer taking a lot of pressure at the hands of that Flint Beastwood.
Yeah, he's doing so much damage. I don't know, it feels he's maxing Hollow Point shells over Deadeye. I don't know about this though.
Well, with that 40% change, so that it's 40% at all levels now, maybe feeling that the additional damage that's, you know, he's going to get essentially almost 1 out of every 2 shots, maybe feeling like that's just a little bit more beneficial to try to harass down the Soulstealer.
Yeah, maybe I guess it's pretty much damage. I think it's bonus 15 every level, I guess. You know?
I'm not sure about the damage.
Okay, because I know it started out as 15 and now it's 30, so I
Makes
guess
sense. So it'd be 60 at level 4.
Yeah.
Nice deny from Moonmander up in the bottom lane. So making sure that Sorper at least was not able to get that, as Complexity Gaming scores their own tower up in the top lane at the hands of Tempest and Magnus. And it looks like they will retreat now, not feeling confident enough to go for 2. But Complexity Gaming, with their jungler, they're doing very well. Up 1,000 gold, 2,000 experience, only 7 minutes in.
I think it's mainly because of this Tempest. He's out farming this Ophelia. Other than that, it's Keeper's doing better than Bubble Suicide as well. So, but mid lane is Flint Beastwood farming his ass off right now. So
He is, but Flint Beastwood is definitely a hero that cannot farm as fast as Soulstealer. And all Soulstealer needs is the levels. Once he hits level 7, gets some triple stacks, he's going to be able to head into that jungle, and he's going to be able to farm that out. Is Elemental Void going to be used up in the top lane? Bubble's taking some pressure. There's the Shell Surf going out. Nice Song of the Sea, but Riser gets the kill onto Bubbles. Jonasum fan gets a kill onto Engineer. So it looks like an int hero going down on each side. Actually, Engineer's an agi hero, so I'm a complete liar. I always think he's an int, man. He's my favorite hero, and I can never get that straight.
Well, it's mainly because you play him as a support. That's why, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. All right, so a couple of trades going on right there. Unfortunate that the Elemental Void had to be used to get that Bubbles kill, but at least they got it. Even if it wasn't in experience range, at least they got that kill.
Yeah. The main thing is just, I think that most guys are not using their ultimate straight away when they get it. They're just like, oh, I need to get 3 people in my ulti, and then they just keep waiting, and then they don't get anything out of it. So it's really good of him using it, even though it was the only 1 kill.
Oh, Tralfmador, that was an illusion. Okay. I was like, okay, what are you doing? But he's fine. That was just an illusion. I was like, that Cauterize did a ton of damage. But not really that much.
Yeah, I don't think a curse is that OP.
I don't know, man. Level 4 Cauterize, that's like 280 damage or something. It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Pretty big.
Bottom lane.
Yeah, Keeper of the Forest going to go in with the ultimate right here. There's the Lava Surge coming in as well. The Keg follow-up is there. The slow applied to Soul Reaper. He's going to try to turn it around here. Gonna go down, even though the Catman Champion was there to help. Ophelia's ultimate down for an additional 20 seconds. And as a result, down goes Jonasum fan.
Yeah, and also I noticed mid that they're just letting him tank all the creeps, knocks, so he won't miss anyone, and then they just cauterize him to max hit points again, so it's really cool.
Yeah, don't want to get into the tower range, especially with Flint Beastwood, whose base auto attack damage is quite low, 63 to 69 right now with his boots set to strength. Even with those Soul Scream rings as well as the Pretender's crowns, really quite low damage. Starting out, I mean, even as low as like 41 damage, 37, something like that at level 1. It's pretty insanely low.
Yeah, it's really, really low, so it's mainly Flint needs to be in a safe farming lane, which he can free farm.
I'm going to try for it as a refreshment rune spawns up top, meaning that there is a real rune, the double damage down here in the bottom lane. Ophelia going to camp it for now. Actually going to leave it, and now Magma's going to come on in. Ophelia tries to snag it. Not going to happen, though. And looks like there's a dust going off as the money shot coming in. Demonic Execution is available. Gets canceled, though. Wow, I felt that Jonasum fan should have been able to get that one off. There's the Demonic Execution, the auto attacks, and it looks like down goes Magnus. Yes, great job with the judgment right there. So Jonas makes up for it by getting the kill after all.
Yeah, it was really nice, and now they can push the tower, I think. Or where's the Ophelia creeps? Oh, they're low and backing up. So. I think they're going to push the tower anyways.
They're going to try to, at least, as Cursed and Engineer kind of square off in the jungle. I love this new TP animation, Emil. Love it, man.
It's really cool. Have you seen the eye?
Yeah, eye looks pretty awesome.
That's
as well.
cool. Yeah.
Just saw Soul Reaper use the mana replenish on himself, and his mana was just like, oh, I'm full again. So that's kind of nice. Level 4, we're covering 480 at max charges, 48 per charge, of course. It's pretty OP, man. It's pretty OP.
Yeah, and I like the change that you could give your teammates mana as well. That's really OP, I think.
It's going to be pretty strong, so very fun change. And that's what this patch is all about, man, is just making the game more fun, more enjoyable to watch, more enjoyable to play. And so there's definitely been some big changes, but right now, looks like there's going to be a big fight in the middle lane. Elemental Void available, catching 3 right here. There's the Wombo combo. The energy field going to be coming in. There's the Keg. The turret's going to be thrown down as well, but the Kelp field turnaround is here, and it looks like the first player to go down is going to be the Flint Beastwood, but the rest of Complexity Gaming in trouble. Engineer going to go down, and Soul Stealer showing up. He does a lot of damage. He's going to be throwing out the auto attacks onto Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper going to go down. The money shot to finish off Soul Stealer, though, and wow, the only player to go down were the Flint Beastwood and the Soul Reaper. Flint buying back, though, and making sure that Tralfmador did pay for his sins.
That was pretty big team fight. I thought that QsQ is going to get raped, but they just survived to the ulti. I don't know why.
If Soul Reaper had
Magmus
been...
didn't ulti.
Yeah, Magmus didn't ult, and Soul Stealer wasn't there to throw in damage either. So I mean, you have a lot of lockdown between the Elemental Void, the Root, the Engineer spells, and the Lava Surge, but you don't have a ton of raw output damage.
Yeah, I think they just... I don't know why he didn't chain his ulti on Magnus. If he would, that would be... everyone would be dead. So I guess it's just some miscommunication. I think they thought they could kill him without it, so... yes, big plays from QsQ and some failures over at Complexity.
Yeah, QsQ most certainly doing well there, getting the good turnaround happening. As Nova going to throw up some more defensive wards now. Has a couple of Ward of Revelations on the map, making sure that Keeper of the Forest wasn't going to be sneaking up on him. But for the most part, Nova's ward's rather defensive. One ward across the river here in the middle of the map, but not really looking to get too aggressive, as their team just doesn't have a ton of kill potential. At least no real gotcha potential. Just want to make sure that they do get the counter initiations off. And they did pretty well with that there in the middle lane.
Yeah, they played it pretty good. They just smashed Hibidin straight away from QsQ side, so it was really nice. Even though Complexity played very good, setting up 3-man ulti from Tempest and then Keeper Root and then you field, but it was not enough, so unlucky for them.
All right. Well, for the time being, both teams just content to sit back and farm. Complexity still retaining that experience lead, but the gold lead has been neutralized for the most part. And we're getting very close to some of these heroes starting to pick up portal keys. Tempest, most likely going to be the first one, does have the money for it right now. Soul Stealer, Magnus, both going to be probably finishing theirs up in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Top lane, though, Soul Stealer in some serious trouble. He's going to go down to the hands of Bubbles, Ophelia, and Flint Beastwood. Papa Male getting his hands in there. Even Nova actually got the kill, looked like with a fire shield detonation.
Yeah, the train is here. Choo-choo.
The train is here indeed. Can you hear it coming? Chugging down those tracks. Flint Beastwood with only 1 point in the Deadeye. No, 2 points in Deadeye now. Going to be starting to shoot the tower. Still in range of it, though. Not able to outrange the tower just yet. But looks like both teams going to be content to do a little bit of tower trading, as both long lane towers are going to be going down.
I think, though, Complexity is favored in this. They need to swap towers early on. They need to get their portal keys, so as soon as they get them, they should not try to change towers, and meanwhile they get 2 towers. Really good job.
Certainly do. And looks like the Q squad might be able to get a tower up here in the top lane. Complexity not going to be responding just yet, saying, hey, we're happy to trade the towers. Want to get those portal keys. As Mass TP is going to be coming in here. 4 TPs. Nice electric shield right there. The electric fence coming in. Tempest going to grab 3 inside of this ultimate. The demonic execution to stop that one. Root comes in, grabs 4 players. Lava surge into the elemental, or excuse me, the eruption right here. Doing a lot of damage. Down goes Bubbles, but here's the turnaround. Keeper the Forest could be trying to get away. There's the dust going off. Magnus in some trouble. Needs to lava surge on out. And it looks like all of Complexity Gaming will be able to escape. Nice job. They got the tower as well, so things looking good for the Hellborn squad.
Yeah, though it looked pretty grim as soon as they got interrupted on Tempest Ultimate. Almost everyone got straight low hit points, but they survived the team fight and got 2 kills out of it. So, no, 1 kill, right?
Just the Bubbles, yeah.
Yeah, okay, 1 kill in the tower, so still good, so...
Not executing the Wombo combo perfectly just yet. Really do need that Soul Stealer to get in there. And he's getting real close to his portal key. Also has a Mighty Blade already. So going to be working toward that Shrunken Head. Normally with a Soul Stealer, we will see a Mighty Blade into a portal key rather than straight Shrunken Head. But, you know, anything's possible. Trowel likes to do things his own way.
Yeah. I think he will... I hope he's going for a portal key, because they just need to jump the other team. They can't, like, wait out the team fights, because then they will get raped. They need to kill anyone they can as soon as possible.
Looks like, Kelfield going to be used here. Soul Stealer breaks it immediately, though. No turnaround potential coming in for Complexity, as they are really all about that R button. If they do not have their ultimates available, it's going to be exceedingly hard for them to do any kind of killing. So they really need to emphasize that. And with those ultimates down, the Legion team going to capitalize and try to take this middle tower. They should be able to get it as well. Portal Key just picked up on Soul Reaper, or Soul Stealer, though. And Lava Surge could be coming in. There's the ultimate from Soul Stealer doing some damage. There's the energy field as well. The root could be coming in, but doesn't look like Complexity going to get any kills right here. And they need to be careful about overextending. Soul Reaper taking some damage. Soul Reaper will go down, so that represents a big threat from the Legion team gone. And here comes the auto attack damage onto Accursed now. And Accursed activating the flame consumption. Looks like they will be satisfied with just getting this one kill. The keg onto Accursed does bring him down. So it ends up being 2 for none as Complexity Gaming proving, hey, we don't need those ultimates that bad. Just the root, just the energy field, and the Soul Stealer ultimate. That's enough for us.
Yeah, it was like so close that Soul Reaper would be sent home. I think it was like 0.2 seconds or something. So that was really unlucky from QsQ. But I also think that they could man up more. They just ran away. They didn't even use the filler creeps or anything like this. They just ran away. I think they could man up a bit more.
I agree. Once all those spells were down, I felt like they definitely could have manned up. When it was apparent that Soul Stealer was, or excuse me, Soul Reaper was gonna go down at that point, try to man up. Try to at least get some pickoffs for trading your Soul Reaper. As seeing Soul Stealer and Soul Reaper together in the same game is very difficult. Finding this out, KG.
I don't have any problems, yeah.
You know what? You need to calm down. You're out of control, KG.
I need to control?
You're out of control.
Okay.
Oh, man. So, back in the middle lane. Looks like the Legion team going to go for it again. Got about 20 seconds until the Keep of the Force route is available. Would have only been 10 seconds, but that was another one of the nerfs that he got. Adding an additional 10/20 seconds to his ult at levels 2 and 3. So, normalizing that to 120, but it is available now. And QsQ 357 choosing to back on up, even with that very tanky Soul Reaper in the front lines. He's not even that tanky, though. Went for the Shaman's Headdress into the barrier idol. Doesn't have the barrier just yet. Soul Reaper's got to be careful, though. He is so far up. There's the Lava Surge onto 2. Soul Stealer ultimate going to be coming in immediately. Bubbles is going to get disintegrated. There's the Elemental Void with the Lava Surge Eruption going in as well. The Wombo combo being executed perfectly right now. Soul Reaper going to go down. There's the Lava Surge finishing off Ophelia. And Accursed, the only one to survive, as Complexity Gaming saying, you really gave us all these heroes and expected to survive? Not a chance.
That was really bad from QsQ. They're pushing without anti-invis wards, so they couldn't see Engineer going. He was on top of them, and just pressed R, and then everything just collapsed, and everything died from QsQ.
They all went to hell.
Yeah, they can't push without rev wards. It was really bad from QsQ.
Well, right now, Complexity Gaming does capitalize by taking a tower in the middle lane. Also going to do a little bit of ancient stealing. And they've got a huge lead now. 17,000 experience lead, as well as the 12,500 gold lead. The portal keys pretty much up on everybody that wants them at this point. Keep of the Forest doesn't actually go for one just yet. Instead, going to be going for that barrier up. Do you agree with that choice?
Yeah, I do, because mainly he's going to be in the front lines all the time anyways, because he's going to be invis all the time up top or up close to the team fight, so I don't think he will be hard to get in the team fights. I get it's a really good choice, so I like it a lot.
Alright, well, he does end up going for that barrier idol so that the turnaround potential of the Legion team hopefully will be minimized. Man, insane how much experience that Complexity got from those last 2 team fights. Man,
yeah,
I just jumped.
I don't think they can lose this game if they keep up the pace. They're getting so much farm. Look at the GPM chart. They're 4 heroes close or around 400 GPM.
And I mean, talking about Flint Beastwood, the carry here for the Legion squad, he's got almost nothing. He definitely had like close to 3,000 gold, or maybe more than 3,000 gold at one point. Had to buy back with that, and now, I mean, he's just sitting here on a Mighty Blade, in addition to his Steam Boots and the Energizer, the basic starting items, essentially, of the Flint Beastwood. Finishes up a Shrunken Head. He's still hitting for 77 damage, though.
Yeah, it's really low damage. Also, I think I need to disagree with the Energizer, because it's really good for pushing and all, but I don't think he needs to get more damage items. He's 100 damage, which is really low.
Yeah, he did get that Energizer at like 8 minutes into the game when they were doing very well in the middle lane, and I think he felt extremely confident at that point, as Shrunken Head is just picked up here on Soul Stealer. He's getting crushed by Concord right now, though. Needs somebody else to really tank that. The minion's going to be coming in. As Tralfamador might get bursted down right here. Double damage isn't going to save him. As great energy field coming in from Peter Pan Dam. The Kelp field going down. There's the ultimate. Tempest going to be going in there. Gets the ultimate onto Sword. Bubble's going to be going down as well. And Sword will go down to the Eruption. The damage going to be applied onto a Kirsten Ophelia as well. Flint Beastwood going to be joining the party. But Complexity Gaming looking for a stun. Gonna find it right here onto a curse. The flame consumption is available. He's gonna use that one in just a second. Yep, will finally get it off, but I mean, there's absolutely no way of getting out of there. Just delaying the inevitable, as I would expect to see GG's coming out here at any moment from the Complexity, or excuse me, from Q Squad 357, as Complexity Gaming attempting to force this to game 3.
Yeah, I think this game is over now. They got the token, and they just won the team fight really easy. It was really a good attempt from trying to pick off that Soul Stealer, but they didn't get the chance to do it. So, and up top,
On top, indeed, he's going to TP on out of there. Of course, Soul Stealer not doing a ton of damage at this point. One TP does come in. That is going to be Soul Reaper. Going to be trying to clean up as many of these creeps as possible. He's going to take some pressure from them, but not to be worried at all. Peter Pan Dam trying to man up against an Ophelia, but Ophelia just gets the TP on out of there, saying, you already used your keg, now you got a mana, so not too worried about that one.
Yeah, as soon as you can stun someone in the TP away, it's standard.
Pretty irritating. Now, what happens if you stun him, and then you throw down the Thunderdome, and then you push him through the Thunderdome with a turret? Because that causes a perplex. That would cancel it.
I think it will, yeah. I think it will, yeah.
That'd be some next level stuff.
Yeah, but it didn't even have mana, did he?
No, he didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely
okay.
no mana at that point. So he just purchased some new items, finished up the Steam Boots, grabbed a Neophytes book as well. Going to be working toward that push stick. And I think that Keeper of the Forest might have just purchased something. I don't know what he's...
I'm not too sure.
Just finished up that barrier idol. I feel like he should have something more. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. That is always possible. But he might have something in the bank. He might not. Speaking of the bank, though, Magnus banking up 4,200 gold. He's farming one of the top in the game at 437 GPM. What do you expect to come out next on the pink player?
On the pink player, I think Demonic. I hope. I really hope Demonic.
Could be fun indeed. Of course, get that armor up. Make sure that Flint Beastwood is not dealing any damage whatsoever. And then also going to be helping out for the push. Could be a very nice pickup indeed.
Yeah, and the main thing is like they get so much minus armor then, and after that, if Soul Silver gets what's the item? Minus armor item?
Shieldbreaker?
Yeah, exactly. If Soul Silver gets one of those, he's going to crush every single one in like 3 shots.
Yeah, he certainly could. A lot of negative armor could be very useful indeed. Even the Lex Talionis, if somebody picked that up for 5 more negative armor, that could be gigantic. Barrier Idol finally finished up here on Soul Reaper as Q Squad 357 looking to make their last stand. They just got to stay spread out, make sure that they don't get wombo comboed, and they very well could take a turtle team fight.
Yeah, I think they have. I don't think they will survive the team fight though. I can't see them winning this game at any point right now.
Ophelia minions actually do push down the top though, as, well, Money Shot going to be used onto Soul Stealer. He has the Token of Life, taking a lot of pressure. There's the Lava Surge onto Flint Beastwood. He activates the Shrunken Head. No, just going to be getting a Fire Shield right there. Soul Stealer going to go down, comes right back up with the Token of Life. The tower is broken. There's the Engineer Ultimate going to be going off. Keeper the Force going to get in there. There's the 3-man Elemental Void catching him right there. In comes the Eruption plus the Lava Surge. Down goes Bubbles. Down goes Soul Stealer. Accursed hits the floor, and Flint Beastwood trying to get away. Bubbles going to be buying back as looks like Complexity going to be backing up right here, trying to finish off the melee racks. Also want to defend their own melee racks, which there's a gigantic push up in the top lane. And, well, looks like Complexity might have a hard time here. No, they're not. Flint Beastwood gonna go down. Bubbles gonna get stunned out by the 2-man Lava Surge. The Keg gonna connect as Bubbles, Ophelia both die. Flint Beastwood buys back, but it is now 1v5. Ophelia respawning, make it to 2v5. But Complexity Gaming, by all means, going to take this game. 2-man Lava Surge. The Keg gonna be coming in. It's Flint Beastwood, the buyback death. GG well played gonna be coming out as Complexity trounces Q Squad 357 in game 2. Forcing game number 3 and keeping their life on the line here in the Runic Shift Invitational.
Yeah, I think that this was pretty much like the first game. QsQ needed to win early game and start pushing, and they didn't manage to it. They did get a very good start, and then the Wombo combo just crushed them.
The Wombo combo got kind of insane. Guys, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here. Get game number 3, our final game for the day, set up. This is, of course, coLcast with me, your casting host, Beef, and Superkge of the Lions Esports Club. KGE, thanks for being here, by the way. You have any shout-outs to make before we go to a quick break?
Shout out to my team, of course, and to you for having me. It's really nice to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here, KGE. All right, we're going to be getting into that last game here momentarily, guys. I've got to do a big shout out to the Complexity Gaming organization for all their support of coLcast, and that wouldn't be possible without our awesome sponsors. Putting out some of the best products in the world, have some of the best service in the world. Sound Blaster, Newegg.com, Origin, QPad, PNY, and Twitch. Make sure to show them some love for their support of esports, guys. We would not be able to do what we do without their help. So, guys, we're going to be right back with game number 3, our third and final game in this series in the Runic Shift.